Support Command and Fort Lee. Other distinguished guests are Mrs. Michelle Hodge, Command Sergeant Major James Riddick, Mr. Bill Moore, Brigadier General Gwen Bingham, Dr. Patrick Bingham, Command Sergeant Major James Sims, Brigadier General Stephen Farman, Command Sergeant Major Alan Offer.
And he told them that he was okay, and after that they could have easily moved on. But they sensed something was not quite right, and they asked if he needed a ride home. And that man, of course, was Chaplain White. And their persistence was spot on, because when he said he would like a ride home, he stood to get in the vehicle. And then he collapsed. That's when the trio went into action. Staff Sergeant Wallace called 911 and Chaplain White's wife, as well as took steps to prevent shock. Staff Sergeant Kelly began to administer CPR, and at the same time, Staff Sergeant Lozano kept his airway open. What a team. These three NCOs in action provided a clear vision of why NCOs are commonly referred to as the backbone of our Army. When faced with this incredible challenge, the 94 Yankee, the IFTY operator, maintainer, the 92 Alpha, automation logistics specialist, and the 88 Mike, a motor transport operator, working as a team, they stood shoulder to shoulder and exemplified both the character and the personal courage, both of which are hallmarks of professional soldiers. They were the epitome of Army values, the warrior ethos, and the NCO creed. They showed selfless service and personal courage, and they would not leave a fallen comrade. And they also exercised initiative in the absence of orders. So I recommend that if you haven't had the opportunity to read the May 3rd edition of The Traveler, go online and read it. This amazing story and how this could very easily not have had such a happy ending.
Hey, I just want to say one thing, a couple of things real quick about these NCOs. I had the opportunity to talk to them, and you know, they truly did not want to be recognized this way. They told me that they were doing their job.
Oh.
Now think about that. They were doing their job. I tell you, I'm just as proud as I could be of these non-commissioned officers. They exemplify exactly what it takes to be a non-commissioned officer, and they don't expect anything. But the reason why I wanted to talk to you, because I want you to know they lead the way. They set the example for what we can be. You know, when we hear these CPR classes, you know, sometimes we don't even pay attention in them, you know, because I've been there. But the fact of the matter is that we should pay attention, because one day we could be called upon to use that. And I just want to personally thank you for what you did for our great chaplain here, and I know he's thanking you, but I just wanted to share that with everyone, because they didn't want any of this.
These fine non-commissioned officers will now be presented with the Army Commendation Medal. Attention to orders. The Army Commendation Medal is awarded to Staff Sergeant Taronda Kelly, Staff Sergeant Jose Lozano, and Staff Sergeant Nikia Wallace for meritorious achievement while providing life-saving measures and first aid without hesitation to a fellow soldier. Their deeds embody the Army values, the warrior ethos, and are in keeping with the highest traditions of military service, which reflect great credit upon themselves, Fort Lee, and the United States Army. Signed, Rodney D. Edge, Colonel, Logistics, Commanding.
How about another round of applause?
Ladies and gentlemen, each awardee will also be presented with the chaplain's medallion. And at this time, Colonel and Mrs. White will come forward and present the medallions to each soldier.
And I suppose I can make a remark. I just want to say, I have a testimony. Throughout life's journey, all of us have opportunities to give God praise, and I do today especially. Numerous times over the last several weeks, I found myself just looking into the sky and sensing an awesome awareness of God's presence in my life. I don't think I've ever felt more secure in His love than I do this very day. As I look back on the circumstances surrounding that day, I recognize my understanding that it was the hand of God that was moving in my life to keep me here and to keep me alive. Had it not been for these three soldiers and their faithfulness to duty, the training that they had received in the Army, their courage to do the right thing in that moment, I wouldn't be with you today. For that, I am eternally grateful and will never forget these three fine soldiers. So thank you so much. God bless you.
Congratulations to these fine soldiers who are well deserving of the recognition. Please join us at this time for the singing of the Army song.